Okay, for this exercise we will learn how to build 3D models, 3D terrain, and we will place the pergola from previous exercise in the terrain. We start, we open SketchUp and we will see how to get basic contour lines from AutoCAD. In AutoCAD we open a drawing with basic contour lines and we try just to show it in the right way. We open this and then we try to orbit around and see how the contour lines will appear. We see that the contour lines, they have heights, and this is important in order to prepare the drawing for SketchUp. We also see that there are placeholders for the trees here, which we will work with it further in SketchUp. We also have some site features like road path and some data which we want to have as basic data with the SketchUp. And here we could see that we have the layers. We simplified the layers in AutoCAD. This is very important. We don't want to take everything with us, so here we could see just simple layers. And also we tried to study the scale of the drawing. It should be the same environment as in SketchUp. We also try to make sure that we use the 000 as a reference point when we work in AutoCAD. Then we go to SketchUp. In SketchUp we go and try to go to File, and then we use the import option, and here we could see that you could import AutoCAD file, and we find the drawing, and then we could go to the options and make sure that we use the same units. And here the default scale is in feet, I think, in SketchUp, but we want it in meter because then we match the same environment. We open the drawing and then we zoom. We go to the zoom extend, and then we see this drawing there with all the features, the contour lines, the side features, and we could also see the layers. We could switch on off the layers to see it, and so we understand that the drawing that you bring from AutoCAD, it comes with layers. Now we will see how to work with this information in order to build the 3D terrain. And we could see that when we click it, the whole drawing comes as a block. So we need to explode it so in order to get into it. And here we have now the object as separate object, and we could go and try to start working with the site. And here we take this site features and lift it up. We need to split the information from each other, so we bring it up. And also the next step would be the so we see that here they are above the contour lines. The next step would be to take the trees up, or the placeholders for the trees a bit up. So we select it, and then with the move tool we try to fix ourselves with the blue axis up, and then we bring it, and so we line it up above the contour lines. And we see here that we have the side features, the trees or the placeholders for the trees, and what else we need to go and try we want to bring an aerial photo, so we make a new layer for that aerial photo. We make it active, and then we go to the import, and here we import an image. So we find a JPEG image, and here we make sure that it is used as an image option, and then we make open, and here we place the image from that side and we stretch it so to the other side. We place it, for example, like there, and then we bring it up also above the other data. So this we make sure that we bring it up while we look our movement with the Z direction or the blue axis. And then the other thing that we need to bring now is the pergola, and here we could see that the information are there. We need now to bring the pergola, which is this one, which we made in the previous sessions, and here we make sure that we created the pergola and it's ready, and there you make it as one group and you place everything in one layer. So here we go to the pergola. Here you see I call it pergola no layers. All the objects are made in one layer. We don't want to mess with the layers that we will have in the new project, so there I place everything in one layer and make it as one group and make a new file of it and make it ready. And now here is the pergola, and try to place it somewhere and lift it up again so it will be above the other data. And I could go and look from top view in order to line it up in the right place, and I could just make the X-ray active in order to see the underneath data. So I place it there over the foundation, and then I try to go to the parallel projection in order to make sure that it is the correct place, for example something like this. And then I go to the isometric view, perspective, and yeah, this should be okay. And then the next step would be, you see the pergola came in a layer by itself, so I didn't make the pergola layer because it was made from the original file. And here it is very important to know the structure for this kind of work. Now we go into the site, and I want to start working with 3D model and create the 3D terrain. So the first thing, I make a new layer, I work there and I make it active, and I have the other information ready. So I have this layer ready. I go to the contour lines. The first thing I try to take this guy away. I click on the contour lines. I see that also that this contour lines still as a block, so I explode it in order to work with it. And then what I do, I see that the lines are made of small segments. This is a typical case of lines that are imported from AutoCAD. What I do is I use a new plugin called Simplify Contours, and this new plugin will connect the segments and make it as a whole line. So what I do, I select the whole contour lines and I go to the plugin menu and I say simplify contour, and I get this dialog box with this value. You just don't bother about it and say okay, and we try to test to see if it, yes, the lines are connected. So this is the idea of using this simplify contour thing. The next step would be to use the sandbox, and the sandbox are the set of tools that are made to create landscape and work with landscape. This is the thing that we will be working with. So the first thing we do after working with simplify contour, we select the contour lines, and then we use the first option, which is the from contours. This option will create some kind of a mesh or a service over the contour lines. And here we could also go to something called soften edges, and what I do, I smooth this a bit and it will look much more smoother. In the next session we will see how to apply more things.